Hi people, me again obviously, Morna Ravenberg. Yeah, it's spirit video time again, and I'm going to do a Goetic spirit. His name is Leraje, Leraje, or Leraikha. Hold on, let me see something. First, Leraje is spelled Leraje. I repeat, Leraje. Second name Leraikha, which I prefer more in general. So does he, is Leraikha. Leraikha. I repeat, Leraikha. So I'll be referring to him as Leraikha henceforth. Now, he's a Goetic spirit, as I've already said, I think. In any case, he's a Goetic spirit. He's spirit number 14 from the Goetia, so from the Leraje of Solomon, book 1. His description is as follows. The 14th spirit is called Leraje or Leraje. The J can also be replaced with an I. He's a marquis, great in power, showing himself in the likeness of an archer, clad in green and carrying a bow and quiver. He causeth all great battles and contests, and maketh wounds to putrefy that are made with arrows by archers. This belongeth unto Sagittarius. He governeth 30 legions of spirits, and this is his seal, etc. Now, before I continue, Leraikha has two seals, okay? The seals you're seeing are the seals that I used for the thumbnail image of this video. Yeah, I'm here to set the record straight. You can immediately tell that Leraikha, he is thingy. Leraikha reminds you a lot of Barbatos. As a matter of fact, Barbatos and Leraikha are the only two spirits that I've come across that appear as archers. But in all honesty, Barbatos is a lot more attractive and a lot better looking. No offense to Leraikha, I mean that purely in a neutral, platonic way, as in he's just different. Barbatos is refined, much more refined, and just overall appealing as an entity. And Leraikha openly admitted to this. He's like, I'm not offended or insulted, yeah. Okay, and Barbatos introduced him almost as my twin. He was like, meet my ugly twin. But they're just messing around with each other. They're just joking around. Leraikha appears, just like the description says, as an archer. Colors can be different, just like Barbatos, but he's an archer just like Barbatos. In appearance, wears the same kind of outfit, like a medieval Robin Hood looking tunic. It can be green, it can be blue, it can be black. Blue is like azure blue. Not light blue, like a little above average blue. The kind of blue that most people like halfway between dark blue and sky, or halfway between sky blue and dark blue. Like the best kind of blue, essentially. Now, regarding appearance, he takes different shapes, honestly. But it's always, regardless of which shape he takes, it's always that of a man. It's always that of a man with a beard and hair, just like Barbato, a short bowl cut, essentially, the typical Robin Hood bowl cut. But it's not often blonde. In general, it's either black or it's gray, almost like that of an old man. Not so old, but like old as in past, around the retirement age. And his voices are also different. But his voice is usually cracklish. Almost reminds you of like what were the short people called again in Lord of the Rings? Hold on. What were the short people called again in the LOTR, Lord of the Rings? Not the hobbits, damn it. Dwarves, yeah, dwarf. Oh boy. Dwarf is the phrase I was looking for. DWARF. He looks like a dwarf, essentially, but a dwarf archer, if that makes any sense. Without being, let's just say, a dwarf appearance, like beard and stuff like that, and a voice as well, somewhat. Without being short. He's just average in stature, similar to Barbatos, just average size, the same way that people are average size, like just as tall as me. Not literally, but in a manner of speaking, compared to other spirits. Now, I've already said this before, especially in a video you can find linked in the description below for those that are unfamiliar with it. No, I'm sorry, not a video, an article called the Goetic Evaluated. In the Goetic, Evaluated, or in one of my Goetic videos that aligns and or corresponds with that article, as well as in the article itself, I have clearly stated, one of the things I clearly state are that that the rules and regulations and attributes for some of the spirits of the Goetic, they apply only within the scope, so within the context of the Goetic. So if a spirit is said to be aligning with the zodiac sign Aries in the Goetic, then that doesn't mean that it applies in general necessarily. If it does, then it's a hypothetical coincidence, but it's not a literal coincidence. Of course, nothing is coincidence, but in a matter of speaking, then that means that within the confines of the magical system that is applicable to the Goetic, so everything you read in the Lesser Key of Solomon on how to summon the spirits with the triangle, the magic square, the magic circle, blah, 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 etc., etc. With all of that stuff, no disrespect intended, obviously, all of that, within that, the scope of that system, okay, it's Aries. It's like me saying, when I'm in Alaska, in the US, I am a basketball. I identify as a basketball. When I'm in South America, I identify as a camel. Like that, okay? That doesn't mean that I am a basketball. I'm a basketball in freaking Alaska. I'm not a basketball in actuality, generally speaking. You get the gist of it. I've already said this in that article, as well as the videos embedded in it, at least in one of them. So the same applies to Leraje. The same applies to Leraikha, sorry, not Leraje, I'm sorry. Leraikha. The same applies to Leraikha. With Leraikha, it says in the description, he belonged unto Sagittarius, simply standing for the fact that he belongs onto the zodiac sign Sagittarius. And when I first saw him, I saw the symbol of Sagittarius behind him, like it was his background logo or something, just as tall as him. Really cool looking, and he said, yes, I'm Sagittarius. But he said it in a superficial way, so my senses immediately told me, yeah, you're a Sagittarius within a certain context. And for Leraikha, the same rings true regarding the Goetic. He is Sagittarius and Sagittarian in nature only within the confines of the Goetic, but not in actuality. Of course, as always and as usual, I'm here to set the record straight. Leraikha is Venusian. He corresponds to the zodiac sign Libra. And he also has a strong hint of Scorpio. Now, what Leraikha offers in the way of a specialty to magicians and sorcerers and people that want to work with him and that want him to bestow, him, her, or it to bestow, just plain him, to bestow the powers that he possesses onto them or share it with them. He offers intelligence. He offers the ability purely as a specialty. We're talking about an exceptional, and he's exceptionally good at this by average standards, as is the case in general with spirits. So he's really skilled in this. What he shines in is essentially intellect. Like I said, he can make you a deep thinker, someone that literally can think and evaluate and make up his mind in a rational way that takes every factor that is necessary to be taken into consideration before the person makes an informed decision, and of course with all the benefits that accompany it. And he can also, along with that level of intellect or with that level of intelligence, also comes along the ability to be able to be well organized, or just plain ability to be organized. He bestows upon people, alongside that intelligence, the ability to be well arranged, as in to arrange your affairs well in order, or to make your orders, to have your orders well arranged, or your affairs well ordered in advance. So organizational capacity at its finest. Someone that plans well ahead and can evaluate and go over everything properly, so like me, essentially. Not literally like me, but similar to me at a base level in terms of genius levels of intellect, as well as organizational capacity. That is what Leraikha offers. That is his specialty, and that's what he offers to those in general. And I also saw that when checking everything, that when going over the information, that level of intellect and organizational capacity will definitely lead to great financial potential. as in that attitude that he bestows upon you will definitely lead, will almost assuredly lead to a good level of financial prosperity, a good level and or degree of financial prosperity. And that's essentially it. What else can I say? Let me see. Well, there's nothing else worth mentioning really. So again, I repeat, he's Venusian, corresponds to the zodiac sign Libra, and also has a strong Scorpio influence. The Scorpio influence sees to great administrative ability, so being able to be a good organizer, just like I said. And the Libra influence, the dominant influence, is genius levels of intellect, as in being a deep thinker. Plato, Aristotle, it just goes on, that level of deep thinking. Okay, so essentially, bluntly put, Leraikha is for idiots. People that are idiots and dumbasses and stupid. Leraikha can turn them into gifted, brilliant scholars, if you will, purely in a metaphorical way, or in a metaphorical manner, you know what I mean. Let me see. The exact degree is 29 degrees in Libra. The 29 degrees stands for just like I said, it stands for thoughtfulness, being able to think, and being able to think in depth. So in-depth thinking, or in-depth thought patterns. Yeah, I'm gonna close off now. Leraikha is a fallen angel. He belongs to the order of what was it? Yeah, he belonged to the order of virtues, just like Barbatos. I repeat, the order of virtues. He's a fallen angel, order of virtues. I briefly had to check that. Yeah, the order of virtues. I also asked him to show me his domain, so what the spirit realm that he rules over and or inhabits, what it looks like. He rules over it as well as inhabits it. It's honestly, it's a forest. It's literally a forest. You're in a forest like the rainforest, etc., and it is abundant in wildlife, flora and fauna. I essentially asked to be transported, and I saw myself in a forest with a babbling brook right in front of me, or a small stream or a river in front of me that has a very strong current, like maybe 50 to 60 miles or kilometers an hour. Like I said, just a small body of water, essentially, like a babbling brook, but still with a very strong current and a lot of flowing water. And I was accosted, so by accosted I mean attacked, by several wild animals. First it was a fox that tried to bite my leg until I kicked it. After that it was like a spider, like a tarantula, that just was essentially ziplining past me. And then it was a huge snake, like an anaconda-like snake. And with the exception of the spider, he shot all of them when they theoretically wanted to be a nuisance to me. And the way he operates in his domain is that he just hovers in mid-air. He essentially just hovers like, he's like 5 meters, 6 meters, or 3 meters suspended in the air. Anywhere between 3 and 6 meters, or 7 meters at most, or 8, whatever. In any case, he's suspended in mid-air, and he just is in like this pose. Barbatos has the same pose, like this, and just with his legs crossed, essentially. And he simply holds his bow. He has a long bow. And yeah, that's essentially it for Leraikha. He shot the anaconda through its head. He shot the freaking fox. Not that it was necessary. Even if they attack me, even when an animal attacks me in the astral plane, obviously due to me being who I am, it doesn't hurt me even a little. Nothing. It's just, you just feel that you're being touched, but nothing. And that's essentially it for Leraikha. Hold on. Okay, yeah, he's from the order of virtues. Yeah, indeed. I just wanted to double check that because my imagination keeps trying to shove powers on me. But no, the order of virtues, fallen angel. Yeah, and that's essentially it for Leraikha. Let me know if you have any other questions, and goodbye.